Alright, hey everybody, welcome to another episode of TEW Global 1987. We're back booking some GCW, and we're going to book our March shows, including Championship Wrestling 155, 156, and of course, March Massacre. So let's get to our first Championship Wrestling. Set our broadcaster, take care of the situation with Warrior. Alright, we're going to go to the Great Lakes, trying to gain our popularity. So what I'll do is March Massacre, I'll go back to the Tri-State and I'll host all my other shows except for the big events in the Great Lakes. That way we grow in popularity, but we don't lose too much money. So, what should we do? Alright, let's have Johnny Ace cut a backstage promo. Alright. So although he's furious at Shane Douglas for joining franchise, they're still a team. And they're still the tag team champions. So we're going to see what happens with that today. We're going to have backstage with Marcus Bagwell and Jesse Ventura. Bagwell wants a shot. Ventura says okay. Alright, we'll just make that the name. Alright. And of course, we'll have an opening promo by Brian Pillman, Shane Douglas, Jeff Jarrett, Mike IRS Rotundo, Diesel. Yeah, that works. So everybody will be on entertainment except for Diesel, who will be on Menace. So, franchise, celebrate Jarrett's IC title win. So that'll open the show. In our main event, we'll have the final match for the, with the winner going into the Fatal 4-Way at March Massacre. The winner of that Fatal 4-Way will, of course, become #1 contender for the World Heavyweight Championship. So we'll have Sting go over on Rey Mysterio. Now let's book the rest of the card. Tag team match, we're going to have Harlem Heat. And you know what? They can face off against Rick and Animal. It'll be an 11-minute match, and we'll put Booker T over. Put a singles match. Who can we put in this match? Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And he can get one over on Aldo Montoya, I guess. Let me change 123 Kid's name from Fireball Kid to something else. I don't want to do Lightning Kid just yet. What's a good name for this? Aerial Kid. Sure. Why not? We're going to call him Aerial Kid. So Aerial Kid tonight will lose to Eddie Guerrero. That'd probably be a good match in real life. Okay. We're going to have a singles match. We're going to have... Who can we have? Mark Marrow, who I hired once again since we lost some talent. He's going to face off against Chris Candido. And Chris Candido will get an upset victory over Mark Marrow. And keep him strong. And that can go right there. Let's run the show. Alright, so starting us off, we got Franchise in the ring. Brian Pillman, the world champion. The new members, Shane Douglas, Jeff Jarrett, Mike IRS Rotundo, and Diesel. They're celebrating Jeff Jarrett's Intercontinental title win. And Pillman says, finally we have another member in Franchise wearing gold. We have the world heavyweight champion, me, Brian Pillman. The Intercontinental Champion, Jeff Jarrett, and one half of the Tag Team Champions, Shane Douglas. And although Douglas is happy to be there, and he's happy to be in Franchise, he did say that Franchise would help his career. He looks a little, like, out of place. He doesn't really feel like he should be there. He kind of misses Johnny Ace. He kind of wants Johnny Ace to be in Franchise with him. So they just celebrate Jeff Jarrett's title win. And Pillman, of course, offers Johnny Ace another opportunity to join franchise. So a singles match, decent wrestling, little heat. Eddie Guerrero defeating Ariel Kid in 8 minutes by submission with a gory special. They have pretty good chemistry. Ariel Kid with a 47. Eddie with a 66. Improving in technical and flying is Ariel Kid, a 65. Hunter defeating Aldo Montoya in 6:48 by pinfall with a pedigree. Hunter with a 58. Aldo with a 30. 54. Mark Marrow versus Chris Candido, and Chris Candido getting the victory in 12:36 by pinfall using the ropes for leverage. Marrow 72, Candido 52, a 66. We're backstage with Johnny Ace. Let's just do that face turn while we're at it. Johnny Ace is backstage. He's got his tag team championship, and he says, Shane, I can't believe that you did this. I can't believe that you joined franchise. You were like a brother to me. This will not stand. Pillman, I challenge you to a match at March Massacre for the World Championship. And if I lose, I will join franchise. So, Johnny Ace versus Pillman at the March Massacre pay-per-view for the World Heavyweight Championship is the challenge. And if Johnny Ace loses, he will join franchise. A 72. Then we got Harlem Heat defeating Rick and Animal in 11:13 when Booker defeated Rick by pinfall. Animal carried the match. Stevie with a 53, Booker 54, Animal 86, Rick 63, 78. Then Marcus Bagwell comes down to the ring and he says, Ventura, you owe me an apology. You owe me an opportunity. Because over the years, you've had your favorites. Sting was the first, and then he got injured. Scott Steiner was next, and then he got defeated. And now, the chosen one, Brian Pillman, has turned his back on you. And so you've chosen me, Marcus Bagwell, but there's a difference between me and the others. See, you have not given me the opportunities, you have given them. It seems like you don't want to be associated with the new chosen one, Marcus Bagwell. So Jesse, I want to know, what are you going to do about it? So Jesse Ventura looks at him and he says, fine, Bagwell, you want a chance to prove yourself. You got it. At March Massacre, Jeff Jarrett was supposed to face Mike Awesome in an Intercontinental title rematch. Well, how about this? You'll be added to that match, and it is now a triple threat at March Massacre. Awesome, Jeff Jarrett, and Marcus Bagwell. So Marcus thanks Jesse Ventura, and that's it, 89. So then our main event, Sting defeating Rey Mysterio in 15:22 by submission with a Scorpion Deathlock. Sting with a 71, Rey with a 68, 73, 76. A pretty good show. Improving our popularity. Let's tell Sting good job, Rey Mysterio, and Animal. Alright. So that was that show. Let's put that to week 2. Now we're going to sim ahead to Championship Wrestling 156. Alright, second show of today's episode, Championship Wrestling 156. It's at a broadcaster. Take care of Marcus Bagwell. We're going to back to the Great Lakes. Alright. So this show, we're going to have Sting, Stunning Steve Austin, Diamond Dallas Page, and Lance Storm. I think those are the 4 that'll be competing in the Fatal 4-Way at March Massacre. Oh, I forgot to mention, after March Massacre, GCW goes weekly. I forgot about that. So, our weekly show coming soon. I still don't know how long I want to make it. Probably 1-hour episodes for the TV shows. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run 2 shows every episode instead of running 3. And then on the months that we have pay-per-views, I'll be running the 3 shows. So, little shorter episodes, but there's probably going to be more of them. So, let's start with that promo. I'm going to have Brian Pillman cut a backstage promo. I'm just going to call it Pillman Accepts. I'm assuming you know what that means, considering Johnny Ace just challenged him. And then our main event, we're going to have a tag team match. We're going to have Brian Pillman is going to team with Jeff Jarrett, Mike Awesome, and where's Johnny Ace? And guess who gets the victory? None other than Mike Awesome. Mike Awesome will get the victory over Jeff Jarrett after interference on Jeff from Marcus Bagwell. Yeah, we can go 20 minutes with that. Alright, we can just going to book the rest of the show now. So Chris Benoit will take on... How about Raven? Raven, Chris Benoit? Sounds like a good match. Chris Benoit will obviously get the victory, though. We're going to try new tag teams. We're going to try Happy Glenn Callis. And who can Happy Glenn Callis team with? Happy Glenn Callis and Mark Marrow will take on the team of Hunter Hearst Helmsley. And let's not do Commander Cobra. Let's do Scotty Riggs and Commander Cobra. I have to do something with these guys. And Mark Marrow will get the win. And then opening our show, we'll have Hunter Hearst Helmsley against Steve Blackman. Sounds like a good match. Never mind, we're going to do Jerry Lynn instead. Jerry Lynn, a former tag team champion with Cactus Jack, who has now left our company to go work for WCW. Everybody leaves us at one point. 2 Gold Scorpio against Dustin Rhodes. Never mind. Steve Blackman against Dustin Rhodes. Yeah, and Dustin Rhodes will get the victory. I want to see if they can get better than 70. Let's run it. So starting us off, we got Hunter Hearst Helmsley defeating Jerry Lynn in 10 minutes by pinfall with an Ace Crusher. Hunter with a 58, Jerry Lynn with a 53. Hunter improving performance. Yeah, I assume they can't just because they're not in their home region. If we were in the Tri-State, Steve probably would have pulled like a 50, and Dustin probably would have pulled like an 85, I'm assuming. So, makes sense. Dustin defeated Blackman in 10 minutes by pinfall with a Bulldog. So then we got the 4 men who will be facing off in the Fatal 4-Way at March Massacre, cutting a promo on each other. Sting says, I haven't been champion since 1988. I want a shot at the world title. I need to regain that title. Steve Austin says, Pillman was a friend of mine. He was a tag team partner of mine. And yet, he broke up the best tag team in GCW in the Hollywood Blondes. I want my revenge. Diamond Dallas Page says, I'm a young, hungry guy. I haven't gotten my opportunity in GCW. Did I say DDP is young? My bad. He's not young. I'm a man who hasn't gotten a lot of opportunity, but this is my shot to prove myself against the Chosen One, Brian Pillman, after I defeat these 3 losers. And then Lance Storm says, at Revolution, I couldn't get the job done, but at March Massacre, I will, and Pillman will be seeing my face again. Except this time, I'm gonna walk out heavyweight champion. Alright, so. And then Subpar Wrestling Little Heat. Happy Glenn Callis and Mark Marrow defeated Scotty Riggs and Commander Cobra in 8 minutes 27 seconds when Mark Marrow defeated Commander Cobra by pinfall with a shooting star. Mark Marrow with a 72, Happy Glenn Callis 22, Commander Cobra 29, Scotty Riggs 28. I think I'm going to put Commander Cobra and Scotty Riggs together. 53. Chris Benoit defeats Raven in 14:22 by pinfall with a Dragon Suplex. Benoit 73, Raven 61, improving in Rumble skill, a 76. Brian Pillman backstage, the World Championship on each one of his shoulders, and he says, Johnny Ace challenging me for the world title. Well, guess what, Johnny? I accept your challenge, and I look forward to seeing you in franchise post-March Massacre. And then your main event. Superb wrestling, decent reaction from the crowd. Mike Awesome and Johnny Ace defeated Brian Pillman and Jeff Jarrett in 20 minutes when Awesome defeated Jeff Jarrett by pinfall with an Awesome Bomb after Marcus Bagwell interfered to attack Jeff Jarrett. Johnny Ace 74, Mike Awesome 65, Jeff Jarrett 68, and Brian Pillman with a 77, a 75. Good show. Brian Pillman, good job. Johnny Ace, good job. And Dustin. Alright. So, of course, now we've got one more show to run on this episode. And it's March Massacre. So I'm going to do what I normally do for big events. I'm not going to show you the booking process. I'm only going to show you the results. So what are we going to see? Here's the card for March Massacre before I go into it. Brian Pillman versus Johnny Ace for the World Heavyweight Championships. If Pillman wins, Johnny Ace has to join franchise. We've got Sting versus Stunning Steve Austin versus Diamond Dallas Page versus Lance Storm, with the winner receiving a title shot in the future. The Intercontinental Championship, Mike Awesome against Jeff Jarrett against Marcus Bagwell. And those are all the matches that are announced for March Massacre. Let's get right into it. Alright, let's get into this March Massacre show. Starting us off, we got a 3-on-3 tag team match. Exceptional match franchise. Mike IRS Rotundo, Shane Douglas, and Diesel defeat Mark Mero, Rick, and Animal in 14:53 when Shane Douglas defeated Rick by pinfall with a belly-to-belly suplex. Diesel 70, Shane Douglas 84, Mike IRS Rotundo 86, Animal 79, Rick 64, and Mero 71. A 77 to open March Massacre. Then we got the triple threat for the Intercontinental Championship. Exceptional match, Jeff Jarrett defeats Mike Awesome and Marcus Bagwell in 18 minutes when Jeff Jarrett defeated Marcus Bagwell by pinfall while using the ropes for leverage. Jarrett makes defense number 1 of the IC title. So standard fracture and cheekbone shouldn't be that bad. Mike Awesome with an 89, Jeff Jarrett with a 77, and Marcus Bagwell being the weak link in 55. Improving the Rumble skill though, a 76. Then we got the Fatal 4-Way, with the winner getting an opportunity at the World Championship at a later date. It's an elimination Fatal 4-Way, however. Exceptional match. Sting defeats Stunning Steve Austin's DDP and Lance Storm in 34 minutes, 56 seconds. Lance Storm eliminated first. Let's say DDP hits a schoolboy pin, holding the trunks down so that Lance Storm couldn't kick out. Then we were down to DDP, Austin, and Sting. Stunning Steve Austin hitting the stunner on Diamond Dallas Page, getting the victory, and then we are down to Austin and Sting. And after a long bout, Sting manages to lock in the Scorpion Deathlock and gets the win over Austin, DDP, and Lance Storm. And Sting earns himself an opportunity at the world title, the world title that he has not held since 1988. We'll see how that pans out. 92. And then our main event. Exceptional match, Brian Pillman is victorious over Johnny Ace in 20 minutes, 26 seconds by pinfall with a leaping, thrusting lariat after Shane Douglas cost his tag team partner the match. Pillman makes defense number 27 of the WWA World Heavyweight Championship and 17 of his GCW World Championship. Pillman with a 91, Johnny Ace with an 84, and after the match, Brian Pillman and Shane Douglas stand over an unconscious Johnny Ace. So Johnny Ace now forced to join franchise. What will this mean for GCW? What will this mean for the Dynamic Dudes and the Tag Team Championship? We'll see next episode. What a show. 90, pretty great. Alright. Yeah, the injury shouldn't be that bad. Yeah, it's 18 days and he's working through it. So, importance going up in the Great Lakes. That's good. Popularity still at... popularity going up. Importance not. That's fine. Alright, thank you guys for watching this episode of GCW Local Global. Make sure to like if you like this video. Subscribe if you want more. We'll see you guys in the next episode.